Hey everybody, this is President Becca from TCGSO, and I'm here with one of our arrangers for the spring concert, Eric Ladish. He is a fantastic trombone player. He's the leader of a jazz fusion band called Split Screen. He's a composer, he's an arranger, and he probably does other cool things that I'm not aware of. So, hi Eric, welcome. I'm so excited to talk to you today. We've known each other for a couple of years in the VGM scene, but for our TCGSO musicians and fans, you're a bit of a mystery. So, can you tell us where you're from, your musical background, and what else you're up to?
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. And I think it goes without saying that because we're doing this on Zoom, I am not, in fact, from the Twin Cities. I am from Springfield, Missouri, and I'm currently in Denton, Texas, finishing my master's in jazz composition and arranging at the University of North Texas. I'm primarily just a freelance writer. I've done writing for several different ensembles where I can. Obviously, I prefer video game music because who doesn't? It's great. Um, but yeah, that's I'm just a guy that writes and arranges music.
You're not just that. Tell us about Split Screen.
We most recently performed at the Jazz Education Network conference, and to my knowledge, we were the first video game music band ever to do so, and that was a really fun and exciting experience
That
that
is so
seemed pretty
cool.
well received.
Yeah, congratulations on that. Okay, so how did you become one of our arrangers if you don't live in Minnesota and you're not in TCGSO?
So if I remember right, I think you had actually reached out to me and you had simply asked, "Hey, would you be interested in doing this?" And it was very serendipitous timing because I had literally been thinking I should reach out to one of these GSOs somewhere and see if I can do some writing for them because I think that would be a lot of fun. I'd been doing some orchestral writing for my upcoming master's recital, and it was something that I was like, well, let's see if we can just take this thing over here, this thing that I'm doing for school, and then also apply it to the thing that I love, being video game music. And just by chance, you had contacted me, like
Gotcha.
within days of me sending out some sort of message to someone. I was like, ah, yes, this would be amazing. I would love to do that.
Oh my gosh, that timing is so cool. Our concert theme is sequels. And so you arranged For the Dawn from Octopath Traveler 2. How did you choose which piece from that game to arrange? Because there's so many good choices.
This is damage to my gamer cred. I have not played Octopath Travel or Octopath Traveler 2. And so what I chose to do was I know it's terrible. It's on my list. I promise it's on my list.
It hurts
Um,
me.
but they're wonderful games. They're wonderful aesthetics, and I've heard the music through the scene and just through friends that are like, "Hey, check out this cool tune." And so what I did was I sat down and I said, "Okay, I want to like learn this soundtrack a little more in detail." So I went through the soundtrack, but I tried to pick something that wasn't necessarily specifically associated to a certain character, but was something that maybe wasn't in the first game, just to provide something different.
I had a whole bunch of Octopath Traveler questions prepared, so I'm
I'm
gonna have to
so sorry.
adjust. It's okay. I famously love Octopath Traveler, more so the first one, but it's okay. We can still be friends, Eric. Did you try to match this song like a transcription or kind of put your own spin on it, or maybe both?
I hold the opinion that one of the least creative uses of an arranger is to just ask them to do transcriptions. I realize that sometimes that's a necessary thing just by the nature of, writing for an ensemble that has a specific instrumentation sometimes. But I, generally speaking, the way that I write, I try to do something a little bit different, incorporating either other types of music that I've listened to or like formal elements, reharmonization choices. I try to not just do one-to-one transcriptions, but sometimes, as is heard in this arrangement, it's a bit of a necessity at times.
We have an unconventional orchestra. What was it like arranging music for our group?
It was fairly. I felt fairly at home in doing that. So I have some experience writing for some interesting instrumentations of ensembles. For example, last semester I wrote for a jazz strings ensemble, which had
Ooh.
six French horns, a tuba, a string section, and a jazz rhythm section. Yeah, a bit
Okay.
of an odd instrumentation. Or when I was writing for high school, sometimes I would be writing for programs that didn't have a full instrumentation, so I kind of just had to make it work with what was there. And the interesting instrumentation of this group was something that it was interesting to me in the sense that there was just so much to work with, and I was like, ooh, I have some opportunities to play around with this.
Yeah.
So I truly, I kind of felt at home in doing this. It was just like a creative exercise, and what can I do with what's here?
What were some of the challenges you faced in arranging For the Dawn?
I think the biggest challenge that I faced in writing this arrangement was not repeating myself too much. As an arranger that works in notation software, it is very easy to become great friends with Control C and
Copy
Control V.
paste. Yeah.
Yes. So the biggest thing, especially because it's a melody that well, some of the melodies just do the same thing in different keys, and so the challenge was, okay, don't just write the same thing but in a different key now.
Do you have a favorite moment from your piece that you're looking forward to hearing in the final product?
I mean, obviously, the whole thing is going to be cool to hear performed by real musicians. But if I had to pick just one, there's a moment. So it's two tours through the form, uh, two choruses, if we want to use jazz terminology.
Mm.
And at the beginning of the second time through the form, I sort of do this like to me it feels like very Final Fantasy X inspired. It's this woodwind choir that's sort of like stripped back to like some thundery toms with like a little bit of twinkly percussion here and there, and I'll be excited to see if my inner Uematsu came through at all in writing that part.
Yeah, we'll have to listen for that. Eric will be arranging a piece for us for our fall concert as well. We put out a kind of a national or worldwide call for arrangers for future concerts. What advice would you give to somebody who wants to arrange for this group?
It's tough for me to say specifically this group because I haven't been to any of the rehearsals, and
Yeah.
I'm many miles away. But in my personal experience, in writing for this group, it's always a good idea to give yourself more time than you think you're going to need. We had talked about this arrangement months before it was due,
Hmm.
and so I had to budget myself. I was like, okay, this weekend I'm gonna do like a form outline. This next weekend I'm gonna do like key moments throughout the piece. And so I think the biggest piece of advice that I would give for arranging across the board, but especially with a large scale ensemble like this one, is to just be sure that you're leaving yourself ample time to get everything done.
Okay, I have a rapid fire question, and I guess I only have one now because I can't ask
I'm so
Octopath
sorry.
ones. It's okay. Okay, describe arranging in just 3 words.
Ooh, innovative,
Ooh,
uh, but traditional.
does the butt count?
No. I would say innovative, traditional, and inspired.
Ooh, love it. Well, thank you for your time today, Eric. You can hear Eric's arrangement of For the Dawn exclusively at Edison High School on May 8th, and we hope to see you there. Thanks, Eric.